Welcome to Business Now, where we track money, markets and opportunity across Africa and the global economy. And this week we sit down with Uganda's State Minister for Tourism, Martin Bahinduka Mugara, as the government sharpens its ambition to grow tourism into a $50 billion source of revenue and foreign exchange. We discuss the policy levers behind that target, plans to scale up investment in the national carrier and measures aimed at lifting international arrivals into the country. We also bring you a snapshot of the top stories shaping global markets as investors weigh growth prospects, interest rate expectations, and capital inflows into emerging and frontier economies. And in our asset acquisition segment, we turn to real estate, where we're invited by VAR Real Estate to check on the progress of what is now being built as Kampala's tallest luxury apartment tower, currently under construction in the city's prime Nakasero neighborhood. I toured the live construction site with the firm's head of marketing and walked through the showroom to see how the finished apartments are being positioned for investors and high net worth Ugandans. I also asked the all-important question on the net rental yield investors should be looking at. This is Business Now. Let us first look at the top business stories topping headlines in global markets.
What we are doing here is targeting high-end tourism, especially in this market.
Demand for real estate in general, especially in Uganda, is pretty much on the rise.
Now, the global monetary policy debate stays front and center because markets will be closely pursuing or passing fresh economic data for clues on when and how fast major central banks begin easing policy. Investors are weighing slowing growth against stubborn inflation, with implications for bonds, equities and currencies worldwide. Any shift in tone from policymakers could quickly reset market expectations. And this is why this story matters to us, because it's about interest rate direction, which remains the single biggest driver of asset prices globally. Another big story is an emerging and frontier market capital flows, and money is rotating and risk appetite is being tested. As investors reassess returns in developed markets, attention is now turning back to emerging and frontier economies, particularly in Africa and Asia. Currency stability, debt sustainability, and reform momentum will determine where global capital lands and where it exits. This story is important because these flows affect exchange rates, sovereign borrowing costs, and equity valuations across developing economies. Having said that, there is another elephant in the room: geopolitics, supply chains, and energy security, which remains embedded in market pricing too, keeping energy markets, shipping routes, and global supply chains under pressure. Any disruption, real or perceived, could feed directly, according to experts, into oil prices, inflation expectations, and trade flows. This story matters to us because energy prices still act as a global tax on growth and inflation. This is Business Now. Uganda government is stepping up efforts to position tourism as a major driver of foreign exchange earnings, with government now targeting long-term revenue growth through high arrivals, expanded air connectivity, and renewed investment in the national carrier. And according to the State Minister for Tourism, Martin Bahinduka Mugara, this is all part of plans to rake in some $50 billion, now being supported by the implementation of the tenfold growth strategy. I'm privileged once again to meet an important figure at the Expo who sits at the top of facilitating all these things. Tourism Minister from Uganda, Martin Bahinduka Mugara. I know that I've pronounced that very well. We're taking care of our people who host some of the most important tourism attractions and sites. That's important. And one of the questions that I really put forward always is the ROI, the return on investment for Ugandans. So since we are spending public funds, in terms of tourist arrivals, in terms of foreign exchange earnings, and in terms of striking deals for our very beautiful country, and increase the numbers, what is the return on investment here when you look at it? Because when I saw you here, I said to myself, oh, this is really very serious. Yes.
No, the return on investment is good. I'll just conclude with that. But government has focused on tourism as one of the 4 important sectors that will turn around this economy. And they've given us a target of $50 billion. So I think you can see how serious government is when it comes to tourism. But if I just give you, for instance, the figures of how we performed just last year, first of all, in the number of arrivals, we had around 1.65 million tourist arrivals coming to Uganda as of close of last year. Now, Uganda has never had that traffic since Uganda was made as a country. It's the first time that we are hitting these targets. But if also you look at the foreign exchange earnings that we brought in around $1.7 billion, surpassing what we had brought in the previous year, which was around 1.38 billion US dollars. So we are a big sector that government is focusing on too. And I want to assure you that most of these investments government is making will definitely yield, like the figures we are giving you as we speak now.
So how can we increase the spending? Because we should be doing more. By now, we should be talking about $100 billion US target.
Yes. I agree. What we are doing here is targeting high-end tourism, especially in this market. And I think what we are doing today is one of the interventions we are looking at to grow the numbers and maybe speak of the $50 billion or $100 billion. If you look at the Swiss, the people we are targeting, we're exhibiting to today here in Zurich. In the year 2024, around 14 million Swiss people traveled outside Switzerland, and they spent around 23 billion US dollars. So, and of course, the number Uganda got,
maybe just a very tiny fraction of that money was spent in Uganda.
Hardly any, to be honest, hardly any. We had very few. So these are high-end tourists, and I'm happy that we are here as a UTB. I am happy and thanks to the embassy that it's been pushing this agenda. I'm happy I've seen so many private tour operators from Uganda that are actually privately marketing. I think this is a destination to get into. And we've got a number of partners on board, like Minister of Foreign Affairs, because you see, most of these missions already have a presence here. So the budgets they are getting for economic diplomacy that they were not getting before, I think was a good move to make sure they have a presence where we are not, so as to market destination Uganda. So yes, of course, I know the budget will never be enough. We have so many competing priorities as a country, but so far so good. If we look at what we are getting as UA, what we are putting into conservation, what government is putting into the road infrastructure, the airports being developed. We are discussing Karamoja now that will be going online soon. If you look at the Kabale, if you look at the stadiums, a lot of infrastructure plus what we are investing in security alone. So there are so many enablers that we unlock the tourism potential of Uganda.
Let's talk trade and investment. When you are attracting these long-haul tourists, but you're also trying to lock in deals. There are a lot of coffee farms here. There are things we need to talk about. Uganda's food tourism, culinary. We need to, lock in deals for our food, lock in deals for our coffee, lock in deals for. So tourism is not just about buffaloes and showing our landscape and everything. But tell me, I know you've been in some meetings. What are you locking in deals in terms of investment? Are you seeing them coming through in terms of investment and trade?
Yes, of course I am.
How important is Switzerland, this market?
No, it is especially for beverages, for coffee. I think it's an important market. For us, what we are doing as a country, and the main strategy really is to speak about Uganda and put it out there and show them what the opportunities are and how easy it is to invest in Uganda. But I know there are other agencies. Everyone is trying to push this agenda to make sure that we have market for our products, be it milk, because we are producing surplus as a country.
Is this information out there?
Yes.
If I'm into milk, if I'm into cocoa, do I have this information to know? The minister was speaking on TV that I could actually get an export market to Switzerland.
Of course, this information is shared, and actually, I'm glad you're here, and that's why we're going to actually maybe involve the fourth estate more and make sure that they participate in most of these exhibitions, but areas where we go to, so that you're part of the teams that we would use to leverage on to share this information for the Ugandans out there.
And I was talking to the Minister of Finance, one of the representatives from Finance, and they're saying they are really eager and ready to support the airline, to clean up the challenges that it has. What exactly are you doing in that sense?
By the way, I just want to say this. The national carrier is very important when we speak these numbers. If you just look at last year, Uganda Airlines contributed around 27% of the entire traffic that came into Entebbe International Airport. I'm talking about the 1.6 million visitors that came. So we cannot discuss growth in tourism numbers when we don't have direct flights. Uganda Airlines is flying to 17 destinations, I think in 12 countries. Uganda Airlines, as a young airline, has some challenges. And by the way, all the regional airlines have challenges, all of them. So it's Kenya, so it's South African Airlines, so it's, I don't
Charity begins at home.
I don't speak to the others. I think, and we've been having these discussions, we know where some of the challenges are with Uganda Airlines. Fewer aircrafts, being over-ambitious. You can't fly so many destinations when you just have a few carriers. And I think they've come to cabinet, the president is supporting them to get more airlines so that we can reach these destinations with ease without inconvenience to our clients. But yes, I know there are some managerial issues, those we will manage. But what I'm just requesting the Ugandans, let's look at the bigger picture.
And you cannot strike deals without cargo planes. I mean, there's the budget was talking about acquisition, and we are happy that is being done.
Yes, Malcolm, Uganda Airlines is like, I want to just give you an example. If you look at the islands, Kalangalam is one of the best destinations we are growing now. I want to assure you, without the ferries, we wouldn't be discussing Kalangalam and it's free transport. So Uganda Airlines is just like a road. The moment, whether it has problems or not, if it's not subsidized, if it doesn't exist, then you've cut the road. So that is what it is. Look at it as a road for Porto that we are struggling to develop, or one to Kisoro. That's what a national carrier is. I want to assure the Ugandans, these challenges will be worked on, it will be profitable by the end of the day, but let's make sure we support it survive. We just can't sit collapse.
On to asset acquisition now. As high-end residential development in Kampala is gaining momentum, developers are moving forward with construction of what is set to become the city's tallest luxury apartment tower in upscale Nakasero neighborhood. And the project, named Kadianza, will rise some 28 floors above the city skyline. And I asked the head of marketing at the company whether Kampala is now poised to meet the demand for luxury apartments, and if investors can trust their assurances that net yields will be attractive. Me here is a very important person. She watches quantity. That's the segment she handles. You're welcome, Madam, to Business Now.
Thank you.
You can tell them who you are.
Hello, I'm Helen Nachiganda Mugumire. I'm a quantity surveyor working with Val. We are putting up Kadianza residence.
Tell me, this is so unbelievable. It's coming up, and I've been told from your offices that it's deep, almost like 12 or 13 stories down there for this 28-story building.
We have our foundation. We did piles and a raft. The deepest we went was about 44 meters. So we have piles going down up to 44 meters.
Yes.
Then we have a raft, which is about 1.8 meters. The structure is progressing well, as you can see. We are putting up, we are still at the shell structure stage. We are putting up the third floor slab, which will be ready in about a week's time. So progress is good. Down here we have over 140 something piles going down up to about 44. So we went down a lot so we could come up, we could give the building a good foundation.
A good foundation.
So 44 meters is not small, but it's because we are putting up a lot of floors up and we need them to be supported very well. On this structure, we have concrete going to the class of 40 and 50 so far. That's what we are using, again, to ensure that it's structurally firm. The waterproofing, we've had all that considered as we did our work. The whole raft was waterproofed properly, the bottoms and the sides. And all the other waterproofings will be done as should be. We shall also have a raft here, and we waterproof it properly, basically according to the given specifications, and we bring it up here. So as we raise the structure, we are going to start doing the finishes internally. We are bringing in finishes. Most of them are going to be imported again to ensure quality. Even the labor we are using majorly locally but with specialists from out to ensure that the quality standards are not compromised in any way. Most of this is local construction materials.
Local
Cement,
companies which
sand,
manufacture cement are
everything
making a lot of money out of
a
construction.
lot, because we use lots of tons. I can't compute them.
You can now go to the showroom and see for ourselves what the end product will be looking like.
All right,
Wow.
Malcolm, you're welcome.
Oh my God, I feel like it feels like I'm in Switzerland. Yeah, it's somewhere in Zurich. Look at these doors. Are these the doors that will be hinged on
Yeah, this is pretty much it's
on those structures that we have just seen?
Oh yes, it's a Turkish steel enforced door.
Yes, I can see the brand Emek.
Not even I don't know. A smart thief
How
will
hard is
probably
this?
get
How
there.
a smart fit? Is this a smart door?
This is
first of all,
it's pretty much it's a six locking
I can
system.
see it looks like bulletproof.
Without you having a key, you would never push through. Security here, if someone has
Yeah,
come to
smart.
probably visit you,
Yeah.
your intercom, you can easily see who is probably calling your house.
Yeah, I see the branding. This is how it's going
Deliveries.
to look like for
This
real
is pretty
inside.
much what the unit is supposed to look like.
This is amazing.
So
Oh, look, I
it's,
shouldn't break it. It's really royal.
So you have
This is
enough
rare fridges.
spaces,
Yeah.
well utilized spaces,
Okay.
kitchen,
Interesting.
Egyptian marble countertops.
Yeah.
Nicely arranged. You have Bosch kitchen appliances in there as well, which is more of a signature actually for most of the projects that we do as well.
Bosch.
Yeah.
This is Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ceiling is high enough. Gypsum
Yeah.
ceiling with spotlights.
What is this? Looks like out of space.
Just call it a chimney. Yeah.
Chimney.
Yeah.
So you're
It
cooking
sticks out
here.
the-
Smoke is.
the fumes. Yeah.
So the air is clean.
Yeah.
I see the cabinets as
You
well.
have enough
This is real
cabinets.
cadenza you're talking about. Sliding doors and kitchen
Yeah.
cabinets for dinings, huh?
Yeah.
This is amazing, and it's all lit. You can
Yeah.
make your bread. That's interesting. Okay, let's have a look at the major space.
So you have your
This is the
living room
space.
area.
This is- yeah.
Living room. Floors, most of them are porcelain tiles with the Wenk timber effect just to make the room
Yeah.
a bit cozy.
Sure.
Ceiling is high enough with gypsum ceilings and spotlights in there. And then probably as you keep walking in, you have your access to the balcony.
Access to the balcony, but you also have this super looking.
Pretty much the rest of
furniture.
the furniture. This you can do as you, depending on what you would probably want. The colors can be changed. Now this is the one bedroom apartment. From the living area, your
bedroom.
the bedroom space.
Oh yeah, this is one.
So it's a one
Okay,
bedroom.
great.
Yes. Spacious enough again for a bedroom to accommodate a queen size bed. You could even put in a king size. You have your space for the wardrobes. Again, this type of one bedroom has another balcony by the bedroom as well.
And it's got sliding doors
It's
as well.
sliding doors as well with that block of noise.
Yeah. Oh, it's proof. It's more like
Yeah.
soundproof
Yeah.
and also like great looking light for the bedroom. And I remember very well in your presentation at the launch of Cadenza at the Serena, one of the things that stood out for me and that kept coming out of the audience is the net rental yields, for instance.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
And because why am I saying? I'm saying this because I know there's maintenance in there. There's all these taxes and stuff like that. Let's talk net yield.
You know, the thing is with most of the real estate investments, especially what I've seen, is most people tend to consider just the rental aspect. But I'll give you both scenarios. If we're just considering the rent alone, if you're renting this unit $150 a night for just 20 days, in a month you have $3,000. Assuming your service fee per month for one bedroom in this place is about $120 per month. So out of your $3,000, remove your $120. And let's say, what other costs would you probably want to involve in that? Electricity, water, how much are you going to pay in Uganda? Let's round it off to another 100, if so like. Actually, to make it safer or easier, let's do 2,500 per month as your net for every single month. Now into 12 months, how much would that be?
So make it
5
numbers.
into 12, yeah. So that's about 30,000. $30,000 in rent as your net. But if you've bought that unit at 100, let's say 150,000, still, that's a good return.
Okay, so having said that, let's talk about the dominant tenants or would-be dominant buyers for these luxury properties, but also how stable is the demand for luxury properties like Cadenza and the Bridge. And I'm happy to know that the people who have already started buying in, you are making calls here, selling at your office. The line out of your office is really long. So let's talk about how stable is the demand for this.
You know, Malcolm, especially demand for real estate in general, especially in Uganda, is pretty much on the rise. It's been increasing for as long as I can. Let's say almost 2018. If you walk around the country now, or just around Kampala only, and you see the amount of structures that are coming up, it's very visible that demand is increasing for real estate. But specifically for, let's say, luxury real estate, the country is also very ready, because the market, previously, you see so many people, let's say companies from Dubai coming in to advertise their properties here. That means they know that Ugandans actually have money to invest in these economies. And to a great extent, it's just that Ugandans never had the options. There was no developer providing such beautiful options. They like good things. The economy has been stable for almost the last 10 years. Our shilling to the dollar is quite stable compared to other markets. And that is only going to increase, especially as we get into pumping out oil, which has been mentioned, I think, by August this year, we'll start pumping out oil.
And that's it for Business Now this week. If you missed any part of this program, you can catch the full episode on our NTV Uganda YouTube channel. And don't forget to subscribe, with a repeat coming up to air on Friday afternoon.